Is this thing working, I wonder? Alright. So look at my live stream. So I just got back with Carla from a little adventure up to Cades, Cove and then over Standing Stone State Park. And first thing I always do is set the tent back up when I get home, let it air out, let it dry out. Yes, today it decided to start raining on me, so that's about perfect. That's how it works. Yeah, get my gimbal to work here. So I guess the point of this live stream was going to be, just kind of talking about, what you do when the adventure ends. So something I've always done, something I've kind of started doing, something I do pretty regular, is I always kind of go through a good and bad list. What worked, what didn't work. How's the adventuring going to go better next time? And since Carla's with me, she got to play around a little bit with that. That's okay. It's fun for me. Not really. But it lets me get better. It lets me figure out what I need to look at to do a little better next time around. That's how I ended up with the stakes here that I'm testing out on the awning. They pulled out of the ground last time, so I got some better stakes. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. This last time we went up to Cades, Cove, and we went to Standing Stone, and we had a pretty good time. We had a couple of adventures. So the things that went well. So what went well was I have a new air conditioning that's going to be in a later episode, and it kept us pretty cool. It's July. July in Tennessee is not as bad as July in Alabama, but it's not that great. So I went ahead and got myself an air conditioning unit that you'll see in a future episode. It kept us cool. It's important. The second thing, I have to remind myself, I have notes. I'm not very good at this. I didn't make a long video this time, so I thought I'd do a live video. Ow. So yeah, the next one that I had listed, I've already kind of told you. We had a couple of good adventures. I had a couple of good fun things that'll make for some new videos. You'll see those. They're gonna be a little different. Probably won't be quite like well, one of them might be like the hikes up in Colorado, except for it's in Tennessee. I got a couple of other adventures that were kind of nice. Now I got myself some patches. Now, this is the other thing. When you go do an adventure, you go do something. How do you remember it? Get down in the comments. Tell me how you remember your adventures. I like to get little patches and I stick them. See, to the top of the Jeep there, inside the ceiling. I get little patches and put it up there. I only started doing that, kind of recently, and it's kind of fun. Kind of gotta catch myself. You kind of start patch hunting. It becomes more about getting the patch than going and having the adventure. The adventure's the fun part, so that's what you really gotta do. But it wasn't all perfect, So we had some good things. We had some bad things. I actually had some people on here watching. What's the best part about camping? Well, for me, the best part about camping is it gets me out to the adventures that I can't reach from just going to the house. I go 5-6 hours away. I don't want to drive 5-6 hours straight back. So I like to stay out there. I like to be comfortable. And I like to get back out and do something. So for me, the best part about the camping is that it gets me to the adventures. I also like the food. It gives me a little bit of an excuse to experiment. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate that. Strike right. Now, I haven't used this live tool, so I don't know how to pop you up on the screen or anything, but there aren't a lot of comments. Now, we did have a few things that we should have improved. Now, I got my notes here because I'm not used to doing this live stream. I don't have the kind of memory that some people do. Does it help overthinking? Yeah, it keeps me busy. I am going all the time, whether I'm doing this or if I'm just doing something else. So the overthinking keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble. But we didn't overthink the meals, and that was the first on my list of things that we didn't do well. I usually have all the meals planned out. I've got all the meals set aside. We know exactly what we're gonna make every time. I didn't do it this time. So part of the problem was one of the adventures we had us starting early in the morning and taking up and down the rooftop tent. Take some time. So we went ahead and stayed in a cabin the first night, and so we didn't pack the meals. We were going to pick up meals on the way. We didn't ended up not planning, so we had to pick it up on the way, and that wasn't fun. But the meals turned out good. We ended up with some nice sirloin, chopped sirloin steaks. They were pretty good. Hey, it's the other Ben, Semper Gumby. I'm actually at home. This is my my breakdown. I didn't make a video this week, so I figured I'd do a live video, talk about how I do better from the adventure I just got back on. So thanks for chiming in, Semper Gumby. If you have anybody else on here that hasn't ever watched the Semper Gumby channel, go ahead and go watch it. It's a great channel. He does a lot of gear reviews. He's got a Gumby gathering coming up in the near term, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. He's got a video on there. You can go kind of I don't know what's the right word there, Ben. You can kind of put your name in a pool to try to get in on that. I don't know how many people he's going to bring, but I put my name in on all his options. Maybe he'll bring me. Maybe he won't. All right. So back to my list. Yep, enter the win. So the next thing that we had is storage. So if you guys haven't watched my video, and the fact that I have 9 people on here probably tells me that 6 of you haven't watched the video. But any of my videos, most of the time I go out by myself, but sometimes I take the wife. And this time I took the wife. And when I take the wife, it gets, the storage gets pretty tight. I'm pretty minimal, but the wife likes to take her stuff. And she likes to buy stuff. She started off with 1 rumple to sleep under, and she came home with 4 rumples to sleep under. So it's always interesting to know what we're gonna have. Plus, I had some new things that I'm not used to carrying. I had that big air conditioning I mentioned early on. It took up a lot more space than I'm used to, so I'll have to figure that out. But probably the thing that's going to have the most long-term effect is, like I said, we the first adventure that you're going to see a video coming out on, we had a cabin, and part of the reason is because it's just a pain to put this whole thing up and down every night, and then you're trying to be somewhere by 6:30 in the morning. It's hard. So we got a cabin rather than that. But if I had maybe a camper trailer or some other mechanism to set up a base camp, well, it would just almost have to be a camper. She doesn't like my Gazelle. I guess she wants a hard-sided something, or something with a ladder if she wants to stay away from the bears. But yeah, so we're gonna probably start looking. It won't happen in the near term, but in the long term, we're probably gonna be starting to look at a good old camper off-road deal, something that can do the kind of adventures I want, but can set up a base camp, get us in and out real quick. So those are my goods and bads. Now, if anybody's read the description, I was going to go ahead and also go through a little bit of a status on the channel, because the channel's kind of been doing relatively well for me. I'm a really small channel. I mean, I'm a speck compared to Semper Gumby here, but Semper Gumby's not necessarily a huge channel. But I've been doing pretty good. I've had a few more views on my videos. I've seen a few more comments. I've had a relatively good month. Had the first product offer. Guy offered to have me review some microphones. The more I talked to him, it sounded like a scam, so I told him no. But that was pretty cool. You know, that's I don't necessarily need to make any money off of this, which is good because Amazon took away my affiliate link because I'm not selling anything. So that's good. That's not good. That's something. But which kind of brings me to a question. So put this down in the comments. If I was going to be throwing out some product reviews, letting you guys know what I think is good, what I think is bad, what I don't like, how many of you would actually go click on the links, go check them out, and look at them? Thanks. Thanks. Gumby, I'm gonna call you Ben. There's just too many syllables in Semper Gumby. But yeah. So I mean, if you go out check them out, because that's one of the issues I had with the why go and set my affiliate link back up if I'm just gonna do the same thing. So if I went out and did a few product reviews, because the fact that I have a rooftop tent and I run a channel probably tells you I go and buy a lot of stuff. I don't have anybody necessarily sponsoring me, but I buy a lot of stuff, and I don't mind telling you what I think of it. It may not be what you want to hear about it, but I don't mind what I tell you. I'll tell you if I don't like it. And is what it is. So if I went and set that back up, you guys would check it out. It looks like I have at least 2. So I'll hold you to it. Jason, it's good to see you on here. I don't know if you're a subscriber, but if you aren't, please subscribe. Then you can be one of the guys who follows. I do have a few product-based videos coming out. I've historically not really liked to do the product-based. I don't like to feel like I'm selling anything. But they get more videos, more views. It doesn't really matter if you guys are buying them or not. People seem to like to watch them. And, I do like to tell people a little bit about it. Exactly. That's exactly it. But yeah, so, well, cool. So any questions before I sign off? Because I've actually hit all of my little notes on here that I was trying to hit, and I had a pretty good time. I had a lot more participation than I expected. I don't usually do any live streams because there's nothing more depressing than doing a live stream and talking to yourself the whole time. So, is there any more questions? I'm gonna give you guys about 10 more seconds. If I see something, we will talk about it. No, I wasn't stuck in the mud this week. Although the blue Jeep here, it doesn't look as bad in the video, is it? It was pretty dirty earlier this week, but it wasn't too bad. All right, well, I appreciate you guys, and I have no clue what that says. Oh, clean. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It does help. If you haven't watched any of the other videos, go watch them. I do a lot of go out, camp somewhere, hike somewhere, drive through the mud, visit overland expos. That was what this was originally going to be. I was going to talk about my top 3 overland expos, but we'll do that another time. I appreciate you guys. I will sign off, and I will catch you guys later. How do you sign off?